Sam over for dinner next week, and hadn't he promised to bring a bottle of Cabernet if she grilled a steak for him? Yes, she was pretty sure they'd struck that particular deal. Suzanne drummed her fingers. She wasn't high maintenance, but she was definitely a high-achieving type A. Even so, she projected a certain calm and sense of poise, looking polished but not prim today, in a soft denim shirt that was casually knotted at the waist of her trim white jeans. But underneath that denim shirt beat the heart of a racehorse, a thoroughbred, who was smart, kind, and the kind of crackerjack businesswoman who could drive a hard bargain or negotiate a sticky contract. Suzanne shifted in her chair. She figured she had to be parboiled by now. After all, that wasn't her morning spritz of Miss Dior that was wafting through the air. In fact, it smelled more like... what? A few inches of sludgy French roast burning in the back room's Mr. Coffee? A cranked-up curling iron? Someone's hair being fricasseed by hot rollers? Suzanne peered around suspiciously. Maybe it was Mrs. Krauser, who was tucked under the hairdryer directly across from her. Mrs. Krauser with a swirl of blue hair that perfectly matched her light blue puffed sleeve blouse. Wait a minute. Now she really did smell smoke. Suzanne wiggled her nose and sniffed suspiciously. Was it her? Was her hair getting singed? Tentatively, she touched a hand to the back of her head. She was warm but not overly done, so okay. Peering around again, she felt a faint prickle of anxiety. It had to be Mrs. Krauser over there, blotting at her pink cheeks with a white lace hanky. But wait, Suzanne told herself. There was something definitely going on. Something cooking. And it wasn't Brett's complimentary snickerdoodle cookies from his backroom oven. So where on earth was that smell coming from? Suzanne ducked her head out from beneath the behemoth hairdryer and gazed around the salon, where everything seemed copacetic. Still, it really did smell like smoke. And were her eyes deceiving her, or did everything suddenly look slightly ethereal and hazy, like she was peering through a gelled lens? Holy crap on a cracker! That was smoke! Suzanne scrambled to her feet so fast every pair of eyes in the place was suddenly focused on her. I think there's, she said, and then hesitated. Standing in the middle of the beauty shop, with everyone staring at her, she felt a little unsure of herself now. No sense making a ruckus over nothing. But when she inhaled, she definitely detected a nasty, acrid, burning scent. A scent that touched the limbic portion of her brain and sent a trickle of fear down her spine. Smoke. I definitely smell smoke. Something's on fire, Suzanne cried out, trying to make herself heard above the roar of the blow-dryers and the blare of show tunes playing over multiple sets of speakers. Brett looked up from where he was shampooing a client. What? He sounded puzzled as bubbles dripped from his hands. Something's what? But Suzanne had already crossed the linoleum floor in 3 decisive strides and was pushing her way out the front door. On the sidewalk, smack dab, in the middle of downtown Kindred, the summer breeze caught her. It ripped the foils from her hair and sent her purple cape swirling out around her as if she were some kind of superhero. And as Suzanne stood there, arms akimbo, knowing something was horribly wrong, she heard a terrifying roar. A rumble, like the 410 Burlington Northern Santa Fe freight train speedballing its way through Kindred. Within moments, the roar intensified, building to such a furious pitch that it sounded as if a tornado was barreling down upon the entire town. And then, without any warning whatsoever, the windows in the red brick building right next door to Route 66 suddenly exploded with an ear-splitting, heart-stopping blast. And a molten blizzard of jagged glass, chunks of brick, and wooden splinters belched out onto the street. Suzanne ducked as shards of glass shot past her like arrows. She felt the intense heat as giant tongues of red and orange flames belched from the blown-out windows as if they'd been spewed by World War II flamethrowers. Fearing for her life, her self-preservation instinct kicking in big time, Suzanne dove behind a large blue metal sign that proudly proclaimed Logan County.